To clarify a few issues. As the board knows, I am authorized to carry a concealed handgun in the scope of my duties as superintendent. Several years ago, a school shooting tragedy elsewhere in the nation prompted our school district to reassess our district safety and active shooter contingency plans. Considering our district's relatively remote location and that I sometimes travel alone for work, the board authorized me to carry a concealed handgun. I hold a state of Texas license to do so and have taken gun safety and active shooter training. The handgun has never been drawn or discharged during my duties as superintendent. On May 1st, 2017, I traveled to West Hardin Independent School District in Saratoga, Texas on school district business in a district vehicle with other district employees. Once we arrived, I observed the school district does not allow concealed handguns on its campuses. I then left the handgun in the locked district vehicle to attend the meeting. Upon returning from the event to school district offices, I neglected to retrieve the handgun and it was left in the district vehicle. When the vehicle was next used, a High Island ISD student athlete discovered the handgun in the vehicle while traveling for a sports competition. A High Island ISD coach immediately secured the handgun and returned it to me as I was attending the same sports competition, but traveling in my own personal vehicle. I expressed my gratitude to the student athlete and the coach for their assistance and safe handling of the weapon. The following day, I notified Mr. Benny Barrow, the president of the High Island ISD School Board, explained the series of events, and apologized for leaving the handgun in the district vehicle. Finally, word of my mistake has made its way around the district and beyond. Some of the published social media remarks have been troubling, as have unfounded rumors and gossip. And I will defer to the independent findings of the school board and other authorities on those issues. But I assure you this is a lesson that has been learned. This incident provided me with an important reminder to be even more vigilant in securing my licensed handgun while on district business and to continue to work with the school board to evaluate our safety policies. I sincerely regret that this incident happened and again apologize. Of course, I will continue to cooperate with the school district board as we work to resolve this matter. In closing, please know that I am grateful for the support now and through the years of the board, our teachers and staff, our students, and our community. Thank you for your time this evening.
This time we'll take the public comment.
How long was the gun missing?
Have to be on the list, please, just a moment.
Where's the list to sign up?
All right, at this time, we'll take public comment limited to 5 minutes. I can't answer any questions or anybody, a member of the board. I have 3 people that have signed. You have public comment. First on the list, Glenn Johnson.
Yes, sir.
You have 5 minutes, please.
Oh, I got it wrote down, Ben. It
Okay.
ain't gonna take long.
All right.
I actually come prepared. And I'm not gonna stand up to do it. I'm gonna sit down in my wheelchair. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the school board. My name is Glenn Johnson. I'm a lifelong member of this community. I'm here to voice my concern with the incident that happened. My understanding is that the superintendent left a loaded handgun in the school Suburban. She forgot that she left it there. A serious, let's see how I want to put this. No, I had it down, but I misspelled it, so. Well, no, my spelling ain't bad. Negligent is the word I want to use. Judgment. Then the coach and the basketball team took the Suburban to a away game, and on the trip, the gun was found by a student. And of course, she said the coach took the gun from the student, and that's fine. And But what I basically want to say to the school board is that she had bad judgment on carrying a loaded firearm. I don't know what y'all school policy is, because y'all had to vote a policy where somebody could actually carry a loaded weapon on campus. And I would like to see the hard copy of it, not on the internet, what the school policy is. And if I'm pretty sure she violated by leaving the loaded gun in the Suburban. So she violated y'all's policy, which y'all, as duly elected board members, had set for her. And she should know better. She's an adult. Now, if one of these kids come up here, one of our children come up here with a loaded gun or unloaded gun, the first thing she's going to do is call the police department. They're going to handcuff them and take them off the district property. So what's the difference from what she done and what one of our kids can do? She is supposed to be an adult, and she carries a concealed gun license. Matter of fact, the action she done, if it's reported to the DPS, she could lose her concealed license. You hear what I'm saying, Mr. Barrett, the president of the board? So, y'all got to do something. And you folks take care of this district and our children. By her neglect, she left that gun in the vehicle. And I bet you a $10 bill, it was loaded, because it wasn't unloaded. I don't know what y'all policy is about a person carrying a loaded weapon on the school campus, but I bet you if it ain't on actually a person, it's got to be locked up somewhere or unloaded or have a gun safety deal on it. I'm gonna read y'all's policy. And she knows better. She's an adult. Now, when these kids do that, you can kind of say, well, they're a teenager or whatever. But she's a responsible adult. She's the leader of our school. And number two, she wrote up Eva Gale and give her time off for saying something about the incident. I still think you have the freedom of speech in this country. You have the right to elect every one of you, or elect somebody else to take your place, Ben, Mr. Barrett. And I'm not being mean. I'm just stating facts. And I appreciate y'all's time and effort being school board members. I do. So y'all gonna have to make a decision, and we're probably not gonna like it, some of them. But that's the way life is. So you really hadn't said what y'all discussed, and y'all just let her read what Trump would call fake news. You know, back in the 80s they called it the spin doctor. Me, I call it CYA.
No, the meeting's not done. We're just letting y'all do your public comment, then we'll take action.
You know, Benny, this is the first time I've been to a school board meeting in a while, since Boudreaux got out of school. Because I'm concerned with what's going on. You know, this is just my opinion, my personal opinion, Benny. You know, and I'm not picking on you, but I'm just looking at you. You know, so I hope y'all make the right decision for the school district and our children.
They made a decision.
And we'll find out here in the long run. Y'all got three choices. You can table the agenda, you can make a decision, or you can drop it. There's three choices y'all got. Y'all have to go by what the lawyer says, the school lawyer. I understand that. That's why you gotta have legal representation. My 5 minutes is up, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn.
I'm gonna go have a cigarette. My blood pressure is up.
We got two more on the list. We got two more on the list, and I would like to ask the public to refrain from mentioning individual employees' names. Just-
That's hard to do, because it's
Well,
all
I
about Ms.
understand that
Riley.
this comes from the attorney. I mean, we all know that.
Okay, so we just, okay.
That's understandable. The next one is Christy Shanley.
Yes, my point is, I don't understand why another teacher's being reprimanded and released when she was kind of like indirectly not related to this whole situation, because you can't tell me that every teacher in the school and every student in the school didn't talk about it. So why is she being singled out and reprimanded for it? And also, we have 8th grade graduation coming up. And,
Her son's participating in it.
Yeah, my daughter.
she's taught these kids all year, for years. She's been here. Why pull her out a week before school and take her away from these kids? Because they want her here. They want her here. They want her to be a part of what they've achieved from what she's taught them.
And
That
she's
she
taught their
deserves to
parents.
be here.
And their grandparents.
She's taught all of us.
All of us.
Nothing, graduation means nothing if she's not there to hand out those awards and hand out that cardinal pride pin, because that's what the school is about. Ms. Riley is the backbone of this school, and she needs to be here. 8th grade graduation, the 8th grade class trip, that's all Ms. Riley. She plans all that, she does all that for these kids. She deserves to be here. She deserves to be here.
Is that all?
Yes.
Brian Beasley?
Yes, sir. I know that I don't know any of y'all personally, and this is my first time being here, but my son was directly involved with the gun fell next to him on the floorboard, and one mistake, and any kid in that van could have been dead. And if any of us, let's say I left my car unlocked up here right now, and a kid went out there and found a gun in my car, and something happened, I'd be in handcuffs. Even if nothing happened, even if they just found it, I'd be in handcuffs and I'd be out of here. And it should be no different for her. She knows that's part of having that license. And
She should actually be held to a higher standard.
well,
If she's responsible to have the guy.
It's being
I'm sorry.
just because nobody got hurt.
Mr. Beasley has the floor.
Just because no one got hurt doesn't mean this should just be swept away, because it could have easily been a totally different situation here. And I don't want there to be a second chance with my child's life on the line.
I appreciate everyone's concerns and their comments. Mr. Beasley, thank you very much.
Hey, Benny, I was running a few minutes late. Is there any way I can get on your list?
Go ahead, Joe.
You know, Benny, I don't have any firsthand knowledge of what happened. All I have is secondhand rules. But even if she's allowed to carry that in her vehicle, when she enters another school campus with that gun, even in the parking lot, she's breaking the law under the CHL license.
Yes.
If I had my gun on me and I came up here and was in this school, this man right here would put me in handcuffs. If I brought it in this boardroom, he could put me in handcuffs. I would have laws to face. There should have been an investigation by the sheriff's department. I think if she had any integrity at all, she would have stood up in front of these people and apologized, besides reading a letter, and then she would have resigned.
Amen.
And I think that should go for every board member that knew about it 2 weeks ago and did not bring it to the rest of the board. The family should have been notified, because I can tell you, if that had been one of my grandsons, I wouldn't be near as nice as that man is right there. I would be livid. She's broken several laws as a CHL carrier. It was against the law when they drove it on the school property where they had the ball game. When it was left in her private vehicle on that school property, she broke the law. I am a huge supporter of our Guardian program because of our ruralness and where we live. I think that is fantastic. But do we really want somebody allowed to carry a gun on our campus that can't even remember where she left it? That is ridiculous. I think everybody that knew about this, and did any of the parents get notified that there was a gun found on school property? No, we didn't know till the board meeting was called. That is unacceptable. She put our kids' health and welfare in. That is child neglect right there, because anybody under the age of 18, that gun should have been locked up and the shells locked in a separate deal. That was a law she broke. Is when I carry my gun in the car, if my grandkids' state law says that if they're in the car with me and they're under 18 years old, the shells and the bullets have to be locked in a different compartment from where my gun is. She should be held to the same standards that every one of us have to live by when we come to this school. Would I feel more comfortable carrying a gun sometimes to a school function? Yeah, I would, because of the number of kids that's been killed all over the United States because of loaded guns. I support Guardian, but I don't support anybody that can't remember where their gun is. We could all be attending a funeral right now instead of a board meeting.
Amen.
And that's unacceptable in this school. And if y'all don't terminate her, I will make it my life's mission to make sure every one of you don't get reelected next year.
Mine should have had a yes on it.
And mine should have two.
Just Jerry.
I have Glenn Johnson, Christy Shanley, Brian Beasley.
Let's check out here.
That's it. Don't wanna look?
No.
Tommy Sue.
I just wanted to say one thing. You know, I've grown up here all my life. Miss Raleigh has always been a big part of everything. Oh, I'm sorry. But, you know, it takes a village, right, to raise children. We're supposed to all be together here, you know, and she's like grandma. She has always been there to take care of our children, and what she did was not wrong by informing us of what's going on. She was not wrong for that. I mean, my kids were in that vehicle when it happened, and they didn't even tell me till yesterday. That's crazy. I mean, we had a right to know. We had a right to know about this. And she should not be punished. She should not be punished.
She said it after the agenda was posted, it was already public notice that she broke no laws.
We're gonna take one more and then we're gonna move along to action. Go ahead.
Me?
I'm looking at you.
Okay. The first thing is, only a few board members were told, not all. That's wrong. Her carrying a gun and being irresponsible, because if I carry my gun in my purse, I feel it's a little light. And then I'll go and you should find it. The minute she knew her gun was missing, she should have reported it to the police with the serial number and everything. She should have reported it to the custodians so they could start looking for it at the last places she was. She put a teacher that taught me and all of my children, has fought for us. She's been her own time to take us to Garner State Park, to fight for us to have school field trips, to fight for us to have senior trips. My son came home and was so excited because when he gets off that bus tomorrow, he gets to run. And whoever gets to Miss Riley's, the teacher's place, gets a free Coke. I had to tell him she couldn't go. That's wrong. That woman has taken her Saturday off and taken these kids to places. That woman has never, ever took a second when me and my brother and my two sisters did wrong to call my mama and tell her I did wrong. She ain't never thought a split second to get on that phone and call me when my kids are doing wrong. All of us graduated from here. I have 2 graduated, and I have 3 here that are not safe. And for all of the board members not to know, it's wrong. For her not to send home a letter saying there is a gun, have your children careful, people watch out. She doesn't care about her kids. This other teacher does. She cares about hers. And she retaliates on everybody she doesn't like. And she better not retaliate on my child that works there. Because I will get a lawyer. She retaliates on everybody. She will not retaliate on my child that works here. She will not retaliate on my kids that go to school here. She better not retaliate on my grandchildren that go here. She was irresponsible. She should have not ever suspended that teacher who loves our children. She's wrong.
Appreciate everyone's comments. All right, at this time, consider and take possible action regarding board superintendent communication and superintendent duties.
President,
I move to place the superintendent on administrative leave with pay and authorize the board president to work with legal counsel to effectuate the same.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion from Karen, a second from Tony, to put the superintendent on administrative leave with pay, and we will work with legal counsel, and we will have another meeting Tuesday. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 7, opposed 0. Y'all have anything else?
What about Ms. Riley's position?
Is she gonna be on that bus tomorrow?
We can't do anything on that. That took place after this agenda was posted. So we can't take any action. That's what we're coming back for.
That's a bunch of disappointed children.
But,
Oh, my God.
we'll
So,
work with
I
it.
mean, is it gonna be discussed in a matter of time so she can be here for her last week of school?
She doesn't go to school with my kids.
She doesn't get to go to dinner Monday night either.
Like, she does.
I can't answer any questions. I just got reprimanded.
No special meeting?
You can hold a special meeting a lot quicker than Tuesday. This one should have been held as an emergency meeting, should have been posted and held in 2 hours.
Amen.
Amen. She deserves to be there.
She deserves to go to school with mom and those kids.
According to legal counsel, it does not meet the criteria.
Once again, our staff has been put above our kids, and that is unacceptable.
I think we ought to get Ms. Raleigh some legal representation too then.
Yes.
If not,
And maybe she'll pay for it.
adjourned at 8:05.
We have the right to bring a flag out to class action suit against the school.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We have further investigation.
I am. My name is Melanie Charleston.
That's M-E-L.
I-E.
And C-H-A-R.
Can I get one of your cards too?
Thank you. And so, how long will the administrative suspension?
As the board president said, it's pending further investigation.
Say it again.
Pending further investigation.
What caliber was that gun?
I don't have any comment on that.
Do you know?
I don't have any comment on that.
Grab.